Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be doing a Game Boy refurb. We haven't done one of these in a while. It's actually been quite a long time since I've sat in front of the camera and repaired a DMG Game Boy, but that is what I'm going to be doing. This thing is in a pretty bad state. It's got a smashed screen lens. It's missing the lines on the screen. It's obviously in a very, very dirty condition. Fortunately, it's actually in a pretty good shape in terms of the discoloration. It hasn't actually discolored too much, and it will clean up very nicely with some hot soapy water. Try saying that 10 times. It actually does turn on, so it doesn't have any actual problems, so it's all okay, electrically sound, as they say. It's got the little external connector port cover, which is very, very nice. The battery cover is present, and yeah, pretty happy with it. I should say a big thank you to James from James Collects. This was sent into my PO box from him. So big thank you, James. So yeah, without any further ado, let's take it apart. Let's have a sensual cleaning experience together. Yeah, let's crack on. We have now got everything laid out in front of us. As I said, the shell is going to need a good clean in some hot soapy water. That is obviously not going to be a problem at all. It's in pretty good condition besides that. Exactly the same with the back one and the battery cover. So we can pretty much just go ahead and set all of that to the side. I'm going to give that a nice scrub. I'm just going to use a toothbrush to really get into the crevices of it, and some hot soapy water just to allow the dirt to move pretty easily. But I'm very happy with the overall condition of this shell. It's not going to need any sort of color treatment or anything. Good stuff. As for the motherboards, they're absolutely corrosion free. This Game Boy has really been very, very looked after. There's no problems on these boards at all, which is an absolutely lovely sight. The only problem, which obviously we saw before, was that the screen is missing some lines. I'm pretty certain by now most people are going to have seen my other videos on how to fix that problem, but for those of you who haven't, I'm going to show you that today. All the buttons and everything are going to need a nice clean again in some hot soapy water. They're all in very good condition though, and the undersides of the button contacts are still pretty matte finish, which is pretty good, so very happy with those. So in order for us to proceed with this, we're going to need to repair the screen. So for this, you will need a soldering iron. So if you don't have a DC adapter for the Game Boy, the DMG, you're going to need to just put the battery contacts back in again, which is obviously what I have done here. This is so that we can actually see the Game Boy screen as we're repairing it. So basically just chuck the bottom half back in. You don't need any screws or anything. And then chuck the top screen back in again. And yeah, go ahead and turn it on. So once you've turned it on, go ahead and flip the whole assembly round, comme ça. It should just sort of sit there absolutely perfectly. So what we're going to do in order to make the lines reappear on the screen is take our soldering iron. Mine is a temperature controlled one, so I've lowered that down slightly. And then what you're going to do is just sort of hover the soldering iron around the ribbon cable in the area where the lines are missing, and they will come back. Now this process can take quite a while. You just need to be gentle, don't press too hard, and also don't leave the soldering iron in the same place for too long, otherwise you will burn the ribbon cable and then you may end up damaging it beyond repair. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. The lines sort of pretty much all completely gone now. They are a little bit temperamental, so I might find when I put this back together that there's one still being slightly stubborn. If so, I'll sort that out at the end. So what I'm going to do now is chuck all of the plastic parts in the sink, give it all an absolute clean, and we'll put it back together and test it. And boom. Just like that. It is absolutely beautiful. I haven't got a proper screen lens on here yet. I'm just using one, an old one, although it isn't smashed, so that is a bonus on the last one, although it isn't exactly in good condition. But blimey, has that come out looking really, really nice. The shell just polished up lovely. As I said, it is in really, really good condition. You can always tell when Game Boys are in good nick when they don't have a bunch of scratches going down the back here, because obviously that's where plastic is wearing against plastic and it's going to scratch over time. That's in really good condition. Another thing to tell is if it's missing this, or if it's present, it's probably not being used as much. And also when the wheels are quite tight, like this is really, really nice. It's really smooth. Huge thank you to James. Him and his wife, I believe, have just announced that she is actually pregnant, so I believe they're going to be having a baby. So go on over to James's channel and subscribe and leave a little comment saying congratulations and enjoy some of his content. He does fantastic videos. One of my favorite series that he does is a car boot sale sort of series where he goes out and see what bargains he can find and stuff, and it's great stuff. So yeah, let's have a quick look then at Zelda. This is Link's Awakening for the DMG. It was released in 1993, and it is my favorite game of all time. I have absolutely been religiously playing the Switch version, and it's crazy how well it's translated over to the Switch. Yeah, it looks really, really good on the Game Boy, but on the Switch, it's absolutely beautiful. Although, to be completely honest, I don't actually feel like I'm playing a different game. Like, because I'm still doing the same thing. I know how to play this game. I played it, honestly, probably about 10 times at least. So everything feels exactly the same. You don't have that sort of scrolling function on larger areas. It doesn't sort of move from screen to screen. Obviously, that's just how they've made it work on the Game Boy. It just loads those segments in. But everything is more sort of open worldy feeling, and it just looks and sounds amazing. Obviously, this is all in 8-bit. But that also being said, you don't really feel a massive difference when you're playing it. It all just feels absolutely normal. And it also just, you know, feels like Link's Awakening, which I guess is a win, because that's what probably most people would have wanted. Yeah, super, super happy with this and this Game Boy. It looks absolutely stunning. If you enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. Leave a comment saying what you'd like me to do up next. I've got lots of different consoles to clean up, but I'd like to start getting into home consoles. So maybe recommend, would you like to see a Famicom or a Super Nintendo or an NES? Let me know down in the description below. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.